Hey, sorry about that. I thought I was prepared. And guess what? I was not prepared at all. Wow. Hey, I am Nathan Bonner, and I am the animator, creator of Indavo, and currently working on Indavo 3.0 animated series, episode 3, which has gone horrendously over. Like 300 shots. Okay. I dropped off some shots, so we're around 300. That's a lot. That is a lot. So we're probably, after the credits roll, it'll be over 26 minutes easy. No problem. Okay. Well, this is the end of the long road with 3 relatively short scenes today. And this is it. This wraps it up. In Moho, anyway. There may be some tweaking that needs to be done, but that can be worked on later. So we're going to forge on ahead. If you hear a cat meowing, that's just Kodiak. He is upset that he's not allowed in the live stream room. He is just a little over a year old, and he does not have good microphone manners. So we're going to leave him out today. Like Dr. Evil look at the door. Okay, so let's get this underway. So, we are at the very end. The very, very end here. Spoiler. Big spoilers today. Well, not really, but just a warning. Oh, and the episode release date. Okay. It's really good that the animation's wrapping up today because a week from Thursday, I will begin my class. I'm taking a master's degree. Don't wait until later in life to do this. Do this while you're young. And it is the law and mass media, and it looks to be quite interesting, but also quite probably paper writing intensive. So it's going to really eat into my time that I would dedicate to Indavo. So I'm hoping still, if animation is wrapped up, everything edited, get working on that soundtrack, get those sound effects in, get that final edit and those credits on there, and be out hopefully mid-September. October 1st at the very latest. I couldn't see it going much beyond that, but we shall see. It depends, I suppose, on how the soundtrack process goes. Frame of mind really helps that. If I'm in the flow, it goes quite well. If I begin struggling against the medium, it goes quite poorly. So let us begin today. So what we are going to do is we are going to save this. Ooh, and there's the previous shot. And I'm going to go in here. Let's save this as shot 303. Okay. And are we going to put the background in? Yeah. I mean, just for your reference, we're going to drop this background in here. Okay, so we're going to import an image. As we go to import image, click on that thing. Pre-rendered background from Blender of the warehouse. Still in the warehouse. Yes. Fight ends in the warehouse. So, kidding on that. Let us go ahead and import in our lead of this shot. And that would be Indavo himself. Not his final appearance in the episode, next to final appearance in the episode. As you may realize, he is now in combat mode. Pow. Alright, so we're going to import him in. Okay, so I have him facing the the other way that his turn works. As you know, I'm lazy, so I don't do all my body turns in 360 degrees. I do 180, and then I just, when I need to go the other direction, I just go to layer settings. Let's bring down layer settings so we can see what I'm doing. And I'm just not talking into air, waving around at nothing. Yeah. All right, so we flip horizontally, and this gives us the turn the other way. So now we have a faux 360-degree model without all the work of a 360-degree model. I am terrible. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but this is the way I've done it. You may want to go ahead and just do the full 360 degrees and save yourself some. There have been times when it would have been really, it's really handy to do it, because sometimes in the flipping, you have to line up the bones that are now on the other side to match where they were relatively before, and it can be complicated. Sometimes it can look a little jerky. I'm sure you're thinking, surely not, but it's true. Okay, let's check that hair thing. Oh, we got a hair. Yeah, we're just going to take that that keyframe off that hair, which it should not be there. Haha. Mm. 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 All right, so oh yeah, how do we do this? Oh yeah, so we're using the layer tool. I don't know if I've ever said this, but we're holding down the Alt key and we're just moving our cursor up and down, and that moves us in the Z plane. If we can do the X, we can do the Y, and now, but now this is the Z plane. So we're moving closer to the camera using that. So we're going to go to right about, looks like right about here, and we're going to shift him over this way just a bit, and now let's go to our magnifying glass and slide out a bit. And let's move into position. Okay, go to the first keyframe, because if you change it to 0, it's just going to default back to its default positions. So you have to be on that first keyframe. Pro tip. All right, and I already see that there's a bit of a problem here. We've got a back of head. If we drop that down, is that going to make any difference? No. Is that going to make any difference? No. Is that going to make any difference at all? No, it's not going to make any difference at all. Okay, so we got a problem with the model that sometimes shows up, and sometimes it does not show up. So it's kind of weird. We're going to go hair back. And oh, well, look, it's already pre-selected. Like I keep trying to correct this, and it doesn't work. So we're just going to move that there, so it attaches to his neck, and he doesn't have this weird divot on the back of his head. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to here. Okay, and we're going to give him a starting position based on where he was. And the other ones, it needs to come back just a little bit to here. And let's move out just a little bit more so I can see more of those control bones. Okay, so we're going to say he's turning. And, well, it might matter a little bit. Okay, we're going to go to the frame 1 now that's set. How? And we're going to go to frame 2. Yeah, let's see, right about here. Yeah, we'll go to here. Make this a fairly quick now, or even go to here. We're going to make this very, very quick. So we're going to go back to where we were. Oop, there. Back to here. Back to here. Raise that up. We're going to turn that head almost completely this way. Oh, those eyes kind of got goofy. And we're going to squint down and get those eyebrows down as much as they can. And the other thing we got to do is go back into the head file. We're going to go to our mouth layer. And we're going to select our shouty. And we are going to activate right about here. Keep that completely activated there. Okay, just keep it on shout the entire time. And we're going to go to wide. All right, back up to the okay, so we're going to go to 4. That's great. But guess what? Oh, that needs to be a lot quicker. So we're going to move these keyframes closer together. So this may end up being a very, 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 very short scene. There's the Kodiak whining right now. move that over back to here. Okay. Oops, I did not move where I was at the keyboard, that's why. There we go. Beautiful. Set one straight here will not show up like that, so we're going to not worry about that. And there we go. It looks like we're going to end at, yeah, we'll just go to 4. So frame 96 is our end. We've just input that there. All right, so there we go. Is that it? No, that's not quite it. No. But what else could there be? Well, there should be some frame by frame lightning effects because he's getting shocked in the back. Enough to incapacitate. Taser stick? I don't know what to call it. It's got glowy dots coming out of it. So for that, we're going to go make sure we're on frame 0. We're going to go up here to the plus sign on our new layer, and we're going to hit frame by frame. Okay, this is where it will get fun. I'm going to change this frame to shock because it will be shocking, and we're going to put a keyframe right here. Okay, that's our starting frame. Oh, before we get started with that, let's hit save to save where we're at. And we're going to go up to the window. We're going to bring up style. Now, I've not really messed around with styles in a long time. So what do we need here? Well, we need to have checking the notes, checking the storyboards real quick. Okay. We need to have a stroke. Very, very bright stroke. Nail stroke. Very, very thick stroke, too. Very, very thick. Okay, let's go as thick as we can, all right? Okay, so that's fine on styles. We're going to leave that exactly as is. We're going to close that window because it is just kind of in the way right now. We don't need it, okay? Go up here. Okay, we're on the freehand options. Okay, so it's got autofill and auto stroke. We don't need the autofill. We just need the auto stroke, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now we need to go back here. This is a problem when I'm working on a smaller screen. It wants to push it down, so it's... thud to there. Okay, this is where the first shock's going to hit. So we're going to put a new frame in there. I'm going to go to our freehand options. We've got our multi-stroke. Oh, nice. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the strike area. It'll be down here. And is that enough? I wonder. Nah, I think that's too much, actually. Let's go back. Let's check my style again here. It's supposed to be at 16. Let's pump that up to 20. That doesn't seem 25. Doesn't seem substantial enough, really. No effects on it because any effects that I'll do in After Effects. All right, let's get rid of that panel again. All right, so our frame 1 here. Okay, we're going to turn on onion skin too, and we're going to go to the next frame. Over here is our add a cell for our frame by frame, and you can see that now it shows up in red. So we're going to really kind of the idea that this is spreading. Okay, next frame, add another one. It's intensifying. I'm going to add in a few kind of circular dot things to kind of show that this is perhaps all the same energy coming from the pokey stick. Gotta catch them all. All right, so pardon me. No cough button. These are just going to drift around. Maybe change shape a little bit. It's okay. There we go. And let's do those original ones will die out. New ones will now appear deeper into the form of Indavo. There we go. X-ray. Boom. I like to keep the effects animation as kind of loose and dynamic as possible, so that's why it's not really all that thought out. I get that new one there. Now, what happens now is that this is now going to burst outward, kind of pop, if you will, yeah, or if you won't, it doesn't matter. You can. It's not necessary, but you know. There we go, like so. Get these dots in here. Get those dots in here. Get these dots to be dots. Kind of a little bit too loosey on the goosey. All right, and it's just going to continue to out. Ah, there we go. Our hero's in some trouble now, let me tell you. Oh, I don't think I did. Okay, good. All right. Didn't show up right away. I was like, oh, I did not hit that keyframe. I did add cell, sorry. And, no, but I did. Okay, oh, fine. The reason why there's not a lot of consistency in the lines is because this will give us the appearance of, like, there's a lot of electrical doodadery going on here, arcing going on. You know. But I'm not great at frame-by-frame animation, but I like to think I'm improving some. By doing more, you improve some. And I have done a fair amount. Not as much in the combat side, I will admit. I did end up cutting some of the frame-by-frame combat sequences that I had planned that were pretty intricate because they maybe were too intricate and I was running out of time. And the episode, I feel, does need to kind of get out in a semi-timely-ish manner. So I said, okay, I'm okay with this. Oh, dear viewer, what will, pray tell, happen once all this stuff has gone, you know, this kind of electrical shock things popped is, we're going to get to some interesting things here in just a second. That's now off the screen. Didn't really need to put that there. We're going to do one more of these guys going crazy here. Uh-huh. And we got quite a bit to go here, which is good. Okay, now the effects are going to change quite dramatically. It's going to be a lot more kind of like warping in the electrical output here. Somewhat. And this will give us a feeling that, you know, there's going to be a lot of electrical weird arkings and whatnot, twists and turns. Yes, you probably can hear in the background the Kodiak is still whining. Occasionally. Don't worry, I'll let him in as soon as it's over and he'll get a whoa. Hit the wrong button there, sorry about that. He'll get a good pet, don't worry about it. He'll be fine. It's not like he's spoiled or anything. Alright, we just got some, just like I said, some very archy motions going on here as things are just kind of arcing all over the place. Okay, so we're going to do one more kind of massive arc frame, but now suddenly everything's arcing their opposite direction. Polarities are inversing, perhaps. Making those neurons say nighty-night. Oh, yeah, you're thinking, well, isn't Indavo suit insulated against... Oh, yes, electrical shock, yes. This is something different. This is, you know, the dots say cosmic power. Because they're kind of Kirby dot. That's what Jack Kirby always used for cosmic power, is Kirby dots. So, dots like that. So, anyway. So, we're going to do a kind of... Let's see here. Yeah, that's not bad. Do like this to... Okay, there we go. That's not bad. I'll do another one here. Okay, now everything will begin to wane. Alrighty, and slowly the arcings kind of get smaller. And fewer. And finally, they get down to just that. And we turn off our Nina skin. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah. Wait a second here. Oh, hit the save button is what we're going to do. Grab a swig of liquid refreshment. Okay, I think we're... Oh, not yet ready. Still waiting on... Oh, it's randomized what line was got selected. That's what's saved. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, wait for that to go back to frame 1 or frame 0. Let's see what happens. Excellent. Okay, all we need is just one frame here. That is now blank. And that caps out our effects animation. Let's take a look at that one more time. Hey, that is not too bad. I think we're going to go with it. All right, let's get Indavo going out here on his rendering. Or export this animation immediately. Get the image sequence going. We're going to choose where he's going to go to. And that's not anywhere near where he should be. So we are going to go to... 3. Open a new folder, and it's going to call this one renders as always. Select that folder, make sure we've got an image sequence. Everything else should be here. We don't have to put the eye under there, but for the sake of consistency, we shall, designating this is Indavo's layer. Yeah. And he's now rendering. Okay, that took a little bit of time to start, and that was a little concerning. But everything's fine. We're moving on ahead. While that is going, we're going to go ahead and start a second render, because why not? I've got the super heavy processing computer. Why not overload it to the max? Okay, we're going to call this one FX, same place. And let's capitalize that X, make it cool. And click OK. And so now that lightning, the shock is rendering, and shock just rendered out. Yeah. Okay, it's going to take a little bit of time for Indavo to render, because he does have going up in shot a little bit of his armor here, which it uses the gradients, as you can tell, and that gradient effect, it takes time for the computer to calculate out each frame. So we're about 40% there on the renders. Yeah, so that's what's going on here. So let's go. Well, that's rendering. Yep. Well, that's rendering. We're going to go ahead and fire up After Effects. Yikes. Okay. So After Effects is firing up at the same time I'm rendering, and streaming. Why not overtax the machine? I mean, honestly, it's there, right? Push it to the limit. Anyhow. Okay, so 3. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and do a new composition. It looks like we have 4 seconds again. And you saw none of that because I have that in the other monitor. Okay, let me drag that down to where you can see it. Okay, let's go back to our previous shot and grab our glare out of there. Ooh, I gotta watch that rhyming. It's all about timing. Anyway, rhymes aside, let's go ahead and grab the... we have finished the Indavo render. We're going to grab the background. And I thought about just having this be black, but I thought, no, it would be dramatic if it were black, but it's not happening in a void, so, yeah, it'll be fine. I almost talked myself back into it, but no. Okay, so using the mouse. Let's go back to using the pen stylus. That's what it's here for. I said that's what it's here for. Jeez Louise. My nib. All right. We'll bring in that FX panel as footage, and we're going to go file, and we're going to also import, and we're going to find the Indavo renders on down the line. There he is. We're going to just grab any one of those. It remembers, hey, this is an image sequence as long as you got that box checked. Okay, so we need to interpret this footage because it's coming in at that irritating, pesky 30 frames per second. Change that to 24. Interpret this footage here for Indavo. The same thing. 24. Enter mail. Okay, we're ready to go. So I'm going to put him between the white layer and the background, and because here he is previously. Let's grab the inner shadow and gradient overlay here. That gives us this highlight and a little bit of darkening, and we're just going to paste that right in. Okay, and also what we need to do is to hide this white bit at the top is we just need to increase the scale on him by 1% to 101, and we're set. Okay, now we're going to bring in our FX. Okay, so let's just see what it looks like. Raw. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. Let's go to here, so we can kind of see the main bit of the effect here. So, what do we need here? Well, I'll tell you what we need here. We need, out of our effects and presets, we're going to go for the Gaussian. Gaussian blur? Yeah, however you pronounce it, that's what we're going to go for. Okay, give it a little bit of a more of a less of a hard edge there. How far can we push that before it gets really bad? Okay, let's go back to 25.9. That works too. Okay, so let's see how this looks. All right. It could use just a little bit of oomph, perhaps. Okay, so we could do this a couple ways, but what we're going to do is we're going to do outer glow. And yeah, that outer glow is, not that great. So we're going to go to here, we're going to go from screen to saturation. No, to hard light. Okay. And we're going to say that maybe that yellow is not the color we should, it's on the other monitor. Apologies for the warning. Notification sound. All right, let's scroll down a bit and let's take a look at this here. This size, yeah, there we go. Increase that size. Technique is softer. What if we go precise? Oh, nope, softer is the way to go. Okay, so let's see what we got. Boom, and he falls out of shot. Bam. All right, hey, that looks pretty good. Now, we could do, let's just see what this would look like if we kind of say, go to up here, right click, and we're going to go to blend mode, and let's see what happens if we say hard light. No, nothing happens. Okay, well, let's see what happens if we go to, sorry about that. Color dodge. Ooh, that's interesting. Nah. Overlay. Ooh. Not bad. These are interesting effects. I'm just playing around right now. Screen. Screen's about the same as hard light. Okay. Well, sometimes different colors behave differently. So this is bad. Normal hard light screen gives us a little bit of transparency. No one's going to be able to see it though. So see that little bit of transparency that you get right here. You can kind of see, a little bit of the back of the head. And there's that damn thing again. Oh, don't worry about it. The lightning kind of hides it, so. Alright, well, anyway. Yeah, we're just going to leave it because I see it, but will anybody else? If you were not watching this as I piddle around with it, would you notice it? I don't know if you would. We're just going to leave it for now and say that's fine. So we're going to say, yay, add to render queue. And go down to here. Yes. Down to here. There we go. And set our export folder. That's it. And we're going to go ahead and render that guy out too. Kapow. So not bad, not bad. All right, we have there are only 2 more scenes to do. Let's see if we can knock them out. Well, but first, let's grab some Audacity, because I haven't grabbed the audio files for these guys yet. At least I don't think I did. Go here, let's go file new. Let's find out. Import audio file. I don't think I did yet. Normally I do this before streaming, but I can do this quite quickly. Alright, so Audacity beta release coming out soon. Alright, let's bring this down so you can see what I'm doing. I don't know if I've ever messed around in Audacity on a live stream before. I may have done so. Let's. Oh, there's Alexis. Alright, let's get down to the last 2 takes. Now, I've listened to these both, so I know which take I want. Okay, let's see what it sounds like. You probably did. I don't know if you heard that. But I heard it coming through the monitor speakers. So, unfortunately, using new recording studios, I was using my own equipment. So, unfortunately, all voices recorded there had a little bit of tinniness to them. So I am using the noise reduction. So I'm getting the profile of the room here, and because there's a little bit of echo that I do like, and I am going to use the noise reduction repair tool on that stretch right there. And now we're going to amplify, but not all the way, not all the way. We don't want to peak out, so we want to go to about 3.5 amplitude. Yeah, that's good right there. And let's do it one more time. Okay. Export this audio into right there. Shot 305 underscore slices. And there we go. Ow. Exporting that. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to go to the noise reduction on this one too, and click on that, and we're going to volume, amplify again about 3.5. Okay, and we're going to export this audio. All right, and there we go. Hey, and that's how the audio is done. We're going to save this file, and that is the last audio bits that we need for this. So let's go ahead and close up the old Shot 303 and save the new Untitled as our Shot 304. All right, so there we go. All right. Now, the background I will need because there's some sizing and spatial issues that we have to work in, so we're going to bring in the background. It's just not for my own edification or your frame of reference. You need to see what's going on. All right, so there we go. We're going to bring up our timeline so you can actually see it now. All right. So sequencer, click the sequencer and grab the pen tool. All right, we're going to go to 2. We're going to go to, let's just hit 1. All right, import audio file. Bring in that Selectus file we just made.
Stasis. Stat.
There we go. And that's kind of what you just heard. You're going to hear that a lot, unfortunately. As I do this animation. Alrighty, so back to our keyframe bits. Go to frame 0. Let's bring in. Let's save first. Okay, let's bring in Indavo and see how much of the screen he will cover up with his own consciousness. Okay. Stretching out a little bit over here. Alrighty, behind the scenes, off camera. Alright, bigger. Oh yeah, and we got to flip him the other way. Definitely has to flip the other way. Let's go to that hair file, get rid of that, and we're going to go ahead and set his hair to be on the right side. There will be a thud as he hits the floor off camera. I could animate it out, but we're pressed for time. Episode-wise, yeah, it's over, and things don't need to be dragged out anymore. So, okay, this is a good place to begin. So, what we need to do is we need to get our bone rotation tool, and the main hip bone is the key bone, the primary bone, and we need to flip them right over there. Okay. These guys out to here. Get these guys out to here. Okay. So now we need to use our no body. Oh, there it is. Sorry, everything's a little out of place. Body turn to be right about there. And we're going to put his arms out. Not that we'll really see them, and the other thing we need to do right now is we need to make sure that blink is closed. Make sure that's down there. And the head rotation, up down is okay. It's the turn we need. Oh, there it is. It's on over here. So. Oh, and this is all jacked up for odd reasons. So what has happened here? Well, what has happened here is that some points in his hair have decided to go crazy. So having grabbed them, we're going to grab them back down. We're going to bring them back down to where they should be. Oh, and we don't know why. Oh, I see why. I see what's going on here. We have a stray bone. For some reason, this bone is not where it should be.
Get them in.
Wow. All right, so it's also acting weird. So and I've noticed that this bone does kind of do the do kind of weird things whenever it is get rid of the independent angle. We're going to get rid of the bone dynamics. It's not needed. We just need it to behave. So here it is. Oh, and we crashed everything out. Well, dope. Okay, let's see how much. Yes, I know. Thank you. It's just telling me it crashed. All right, hey, I had two recovered files. I don't need that. No, I don't need that recovered file because we have that one saved. Okay, so we're gonna hit save as. We're gonna save over. Not the Indavo. No. Back here at the very bottom. Save over that one. Yes, we're saving over that one. Okay, so this is what we need. Oh, and there's a funky thing going on with that shoulder. Let's fix that whilst we can. See here, it's got to be on the upper arm. It is on the upper arm. Some points got twisted around, unfortunately. Sometimes with the more complicated models, this happens. Ooh, this really is twisted around pretty badly. But don't worry, it's going to be. There we go. All right, that's not bad. Alrighty, let's go back to here. Bring that up so we got a little bit more of the timeline showing. Okay. In the foreground, an unconscious. Oh. Well, yeah. In the foreground and unconscious. Way in the foreground and unconscious. This is the wrong background. Oh yes. In some trickery, where she was is not where she ended up being. So I need to flip that around. But yeah, well, we're not going to worry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that background out. We're just going to knock that out. It's not necessary at this time. That was falling forward, and yeah, this is going to have to this is going to just have to work for the time being. All right, a bit of artistic license, I suppose. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this layer down. Ooh, this layer down. All right, bring our hero down. Okay, and back to frame 0. Okay. Moho object we're going to import in here, and that is going to be our resources, the characters, Nexus, Enforcer. There we go. Okay. Well, actually, she'll be behind him. So let's bring her down underneath this layer here. Space. No problem. And actually, that is probably about where she needs to be. So let's go ahead and make sure that we have on her head the proper mouth file. It is on smile. Okay, let's go ahead. She enjoys her work. Alright, there. We have just keyframed in the sound and the mouth. So
Get them into stasis. Get them into stasis. Stats.
well, that well in a let's save. In a unfortunate twist, the one thing that we were doing that did not get done is that this bone constraint here, and I've saved this time. I'm going to take the inventory off, take bone dynamics off, and we're going to close that panel, and we're going to save real quick. Okay. Oh, and okay, so for the next episode, what I will figure out is why the hair behaves like this, and that one bone, whenever you lean this way, why does it go cray? Who knows? Right now, I'm not going to worry about it. Just make sure it doesn't do it. Okay, it doesn't fling up like alfalfa's hair. Little Rascals reference for anybody who remembers that. Google it. If you don't. All right, so let's get her into starting position. Get those shoulders back up. There, right about there, right about there. Okay. Change those hands over to the weapons. And weapons. Out on this one too. All right, there we go. All right, let's get in a bit closer on her and make sure that we have her looking in the appropriate direction. Right now, she's just kind of staring right over him. That would be not correct. Let's have her looking pleased. And now we're going to do a blink here.
Get them into stasis. Stat. Them into stasis. Stat.
Great. Now, unfortunately, with this episode, with this shot, I have to go back and I'm going to render out in Blender. So let's do some Blender render. Oh, of course, that's in the other screen. And did I save these shots? Oh, no, of course not. Why would I have saved the shots? Because I wouldn't possibly need them again. Oh, Lord. Okay, at least I've got the right size here. Let's bring this down. Meanwhile, in Blender, we have what is called the wrong shot here. So let's see. Holding down Shift key and the center wheel button. This is how we move camera, and we're gonna slide it out a little bit more. And we just went under the floor, which is great because that's kind of where we want to kind of see this stuff here. And you know what? I need to flip him around the other way. I completely did not even need to do that. It's okay. For future reference, I'm going to go back and save this, which is happening off screen now because the window showed up on the other monitor. Of course it did. Pointless mumbling and grumbling aside, what we have is a new composition, and we're going to render this image out. Okay, it only says there's about a minute remaining, which is not bad, okay? Okay, so, meanwhile, back in Moho, let's fix something. Okay, so let's go into here. So we're going to flip that like that, okay? Yeah. Thank you. All right, and then we're going to go back to the hair. We're going to go back to the regular bangs, and now we're going to go out. And we're going to make sure we're on his layer, and we're going to drag him out to, see it, everything just would have been easier if I had done this in the first place. Ow. Oh, but I did this in not on frame 1. So this is a problem. Okay, well, since we only need one frame of Indavo. Unconscious. We are going to only render out one frame. So how do we do this? Well, we hit save for first thing because we changed a lot of a lot of nonsense. And we're going to go to preview, and that is previewing everything, including success, which is not what we need right now. We need to hide her, and then we need to hit preview. Okay, so I can't see the save button on the little screen. I have to move this to the big screen. So I'm moving this to the big screen, and I'm hitting save as. Saving as a PNG. You'll have to take my word on it. And we're going to call this, instead of frame 1, we're going to call this Indavo. And it is saved. All right, so that's what happened. Trust me. Okay, so there we have Selexis ready to go. And we are going to export her animation as an image sequence in this shot with a render folder selected, folder selected. Hey, and we're going to go underscore C. That's Alexis. Okay, it appears that our Blender render has rendered, and we're going to save this as PNG, and right here, actually say this as a underscore BG for a background. Ooh, and I hit the center button on the mouse tool and reset everything, and then file name. I have to retype that in. Oh, it's okay. There we go. All right, so that is in place, and she's rendering out. What did I say? All right, to After Effects. Okay, here we are in the project. We need a new file folder in this project, and strangely enough, it will be shot 304. And into there, we're going to put a composition that's going to be, was it 4 seconds? Ooh, I think we're 4 seconds. So double check real quick. Oh, poo, I rounded out the whole dang thing. Well, all we need is 3 seconds. Oh, well, that's okay. All right, on the composition window, let's put that information in there and knock that 4 seconds down to 3 seconds. I just rendered out a bunch of unnecessary frames. It happens occasionally. Bringing in all these files in at the same time. Let's get that new background in there. Oh, look at that. It's an outside shot. Isn't that great? Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, we still have our our effects, layer effects, sorry, highlighted. So we're just going to put him right out there, and I think hit P for position and move him down on the y-axis just a slight bit. There we go. See the chest over there too. Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, let's bring in our actual animated person. And Selexis here. Okay, well, we have to interpret our footage, of course, because we got that thing going on, as we always do. She's got to go under Indavo. Okay, she also has layer effects in there. Let's go ahead and get the... Ooh, something happened that should not have happened. No, we're going to leave that there. Yeah. So solid white's behind Indavo, so he's a little bit more of the foreground type thing going on. Yeah, that's not bad. On that white, though, we're going to reduce it just a little bit more. Okay. Now, somehow, wrong thing was in the clipboard, and I thought I was doing the right thing, and I was not. There we go. Okay. All right, so now all we have to do is get her wave into position. And here we go. And let's see what this sounds like. Going up to preview.
Get them into stasis. Stat.
All right, not bad. Adding this to the render queue, and we're going to save this in the 304 folder, and that leaves just one shot left. But we are over the hour mark now, so I probably find the live streams that go on too long don't really get a lot of play. So we're going to end right about now. And we're going to render this out first. Ah, the sound of reassurance. And it has rendered. We're going to hit save, and that's it. There's just one more shot to animate. A very, very quick one, which I will do off stream, wrapping up the animation. The next live stream, I don't know, will be... Do you want me to do one with how I do things on Music Maker? Bashing tracks together until they sound decent. Just like Hans Zimmer. Ooh. A little dig on Hans. Sorry, old fellow. Anyway, that is Indavo episode 3. Now, editing has been going on. There's got to be another edit pass, a few tweaks here and there. Soundtrack, music's got to be added in, and then sound effects has to be added in, and the end title sequence has to be created, and boom, done. Like I said, thinking mid-September, hopefully. If everything goes well, October the 1st at the very latest. So that is that. So thank you for watching. If you have questions, let me know in the comments.